welcome to another episode of Speaking Into the Abyss. I'm your host, Des.
And this is your host, Jess. The way you said it was just so like almost like, I don't know, either like a voicemail,
Sure.
or like you're calling like a hotline, like, oh, hello, thank you for calling, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Please deposit your credit card number here
Yes.
so that we may charge you.
Yes.
Welcome to another episode of Speaking Into the Abyss, and we hope you had an awesome holiday of the thankful kind, and you had lots of food the way that we did.
Yes, so delicious.
And a great time with your family.
Yes.
And safe travels and everything.
Yeah.
Let us know if it wasn't, though. Let us know all the bad stuff that maybe happened to you.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll use it on the next episode.
Yeah, that'd be so funny.
But how have you been, Jess?
I've been good. It was like I said last episode, this short week.
Yeah.
I was so excited. It's just so nice.
Shout out to all the people who are necessary to keep the world going around while we all celebrate our holidays. Like, it's unfortunate that you can't be home with your family, but I appreciate your dedication.
And then a lot of those people are people who like don't have family here or like don't celebrate.
Right.
Don't even
like too.
Observe any of those holidays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, why would I be home? I'd rather be here working,
getting money.
And it's like, yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for being that way. Because
someone had to do it.
Yeah. So me and my family went to the Christmas tree lighting downtown.
Nice. How was it?
It was really fun.
I bet.
I I had seen about it last year and I was like, wait, we do this? Because I feel like it's new. I think it just started last year. I'm guessing because I feel like I hadn't noticed it before. And if it did, then I wasn't aware.
Before we were on break, I was talking to one of my coworkers who has children and they were talking about taking their kid to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's awesome. It sounds like a really fun time. And I was saying how like when I was a kid living in California, whatever towns I lived in, they always did something like that. And they always had hot cocoa for kids. So this place like event or whatever, did it have hot cocoa? Do you know?
Well, like we weren't there too long. We just went for like towards the end because like I kind of like sent it in my family group chat. I was like, let's go to this.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's so funny when I originally had like brought it up because it was my mom's birthday on Friday.
Oh.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
So we did a wonderful celebration for her. And then we went to the lighting thing. But it was funny because I had sent the thing like 2 weeks ago to our group chat. And then like everyone was kind of like, eh. And then when my mom had gotten home that day, she was like, oh, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go to that. And I was like so sad. I was like, oh. And then she's like, yeah, I'm just really tired. And like, it's not till what time? And then I was like, what? I was like, Mom, it's next week. And she's like, oh, okay, never mind. And then freaking my little brother's like, oh, yeah, because it's lame. And I was like, no. I was like, because we're going to make a holiday tradition, okay?
Is that the new thing now every year? Oh,
I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. But it was cool. And it was funny because like the week before I like started to get TikToks and videos of like all these people talking about how fun it was last year. And there was like a car club that post up and like whatever. But yeah, it's like a cool thing. They have lots of little activities. And it's, I think it was from 4 to 8. I don't know. Okay. I don't remember, but it was like on for a few hours before they light the tree.
Right.
Yeah, but
exciting, fun, cute.
Very fun, cute.
Love that.
I did see a video. They're like, oh, haha, this is like Reno trying to recreate like what they do in New York City or something. And I'm like,
so many places do that.
I'm like, okay. And so I was like, so what if we have holiday spirit? Like, what do you mean? Yeah. Like, and I think like stuff like that is really cool because so many people show up and it's like a community thing. And like, you know, we don't have a lot of community things, really.
I agree. And so I was like so surprised about it.
Yeah.
But also like what a wonderful positive thing.
Yeah. Something fun to do. Keep the spirit alive.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you went with your partner's family, right? You guys traveled?
Yeah, we went to California. My partner's family is pretty much all out there.
Yes. Lots of fun like always?
Always. The past was like a little bit... You know, because it's so cold up there and wintry already and like all that. So it was a little sketch. But
literally like, okay, like when we were driving back from Billie Eilish last week, like the path was clear, but it was super foggy. And then like really, really foggy, like just as foggy as it was when we were leaving San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it's like, I was like, oh, kind of dangerous or whatever. And then it was like pretty dry. And there was like a few pieces that looked like they were wet, but like,
You don't think that was black ice?
I don't know, because it was just like so little and you could really see it. And I was like, I feel like usually you can't see it that well, but I don't know. I was still kind of sketched out, but you know, I feel like it's always sketchy going through there, especially like even when it's like perfectly fine weather, like just like the speed that other drivers are going. Like, I feel like sometimes I'm going like 70, 75, you know, depending who's like in the car with me, I'll definitely drive a lot better. Like, the whole time driving, I think the fastest I went was like 75 if I knew it was straight.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time, like when I was going through all the curves, I was like 55. I was like, yeah, I'll take these turns very cautiously. And then there's construction. I'm pretty sure you like felt it on your way back. Like, it's not really construction, but I don't know what they're doing to the road. And like, there's a patch of just like really bumpy because they like move the lanes over. And like, most of the time you keep hitting the little like
the road bumps. Yeah. That's to wake you up.
I know, but that's why it was like, it's like because they redid the lines, you like drive through it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a temporary fix, what they're doing over there. But then like, I remember when we were driving back, my sister kept like looking at me. She's like, do you need to take a nap?
Because she thought you were like going off the road.
And I was like, no, I swear this is just like a really bad like,
that's so funny,
like patch of road. And it's like, it was so long. And I was like, she's like, are you sure? I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. I don't know at what point that happened to you, but when I went to Berkeley, like not too long ago, whatever it was, they had that same thing going on for a lot of the road.
Well, and it's like, it's just like temporary fixes because they're like making the road bigger. So they just like shift the lanes over and like, I feel like they should like maybe cover this, but I guess they're like, why waste the time and money if we're like still going to remove the lane later or something? Maybe it's like a cost thing or maybe just like a laziness thing.
Yeah, sure.
But like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they just redo the roads for fun all the time. Anyways.
Yeah, just because they can.
Yeah,
literally. So I watched season 1 and season 2 of Vince Staples' show. And we were talking about it, was it last time?
Yeah.
Or 2 times ago or something?
Yeah. The last time me and you hung out off podcast.
Oh, it was off pod? Okay, yeah. So Vince Staples' show, if you guys don't know, and I didn't really know a lot of his music beforehand. I still don't. I still only know like the 2 songs.
Yeah, the 2 songs I know.
The North North and what is it called? Sky is Falling. Oh, no, you know the Billie Eilish one. Yeah. I know the Gorillaz one. But super good. And it's like,
but the show.
Yeah, the show was like really funny. And like the first season is like him just like, but then quickly, like very quickly, and it's crazy because I was telling my partner, like, I think I'm gonna have to rewatch it because like I'd be putting it on and not really watching it, but like doing work and stuff. And then I like went through all the episodes to see which one I didn't recognize or if there's any storylines I didn't remember from it or anything. Yeah. No, I did watch them all, and I was like, what? I was like, that's so crazy that like I didn't miss a single beat that was important in the show, like at all. Like the show got so intense, so crazy. There was murder, there was kidnapping.
Dang.
After being hilarious for like 2-3 episodes, then it just immediately goes into season 2, and the season 2 is like this one linear storyline that's like all connected.
And is it real or it's just
like it's like fantasy drama
just
type
wanted
thing.
To like
I mean, I don't know if he's really down like that, if he's really done some stuff, but it like you can tell like especially second
dramatized.
Season, it's dramatized. It's still has that comedy in it, but it's like more like a ridiculous like event that could have happened or something. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, I was literally talking to my brother, and I think I told my sister as well, but like I was watching this interview of a like writer that does like shows and movies, and she was expressing that it really sucks that like to make anything nowadays, movies or shows, they have to dumb it down a bunch. And then he's like, what do you mean dumbing it down? So they're not making movies and shows as great as they can.
Because the general audience.
Because they have to assume that people are doing, that they're on TikTok, that they're on their phone,
their brains are
that they're doing something else. So instead of shows and movies being as great as they can be, they have to like dumb them down and like do like be really obvious and like when they're talking.
And I hate that.
And like they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna make pancakes in the kitchen with John." like you know,
so
and you're laughing, but like then that way you
then
know
you
what's going on. Because if you miss it, then you're not interested and you won't keep watching it.
Right. But
and I was like, what a disservice.
Up. Yeah.
But and that was her thing, that it sucks because like people won't accept their movies or show if they're like, this is like too
much for me to pay attention to.
Yeah. Well, not them, but they're just like whoever's watching.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So you either have to not care and just like say like, oh, well, if you catch it, you catch it. And if you don't, you don't. Wow. But then it's like, okay, then people are less likely to put your show up, grab your show.
Which is like, it's true. Like if I don't have an understanding of what's happening, I may be more likely to like be like, oh, I'm going to move on to my next thing. Or I will go back and be like, what did I miss? Or what was it, the context that I needed? But that really disappoints me because then I feel like there's probably like obviously storylines and ideas that could have come through that could teach people more about things that like, I don't know, but like it is more sad to say that like, that's what the accumulation of society has become, like short spanned attention. And
well, then it's true because even in the theaters, they like redid the theaters. So like when people aren't on their phone, it's not gonna.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not. Yeah. That was definitely like a design.
Yeah. I thought so. I just thought it was like maybe because like kind of like the road rage thing. Where, like, if people get irritated at each other for talking or eating loud or whatever, that you wouldn't be able to see them, therefore you couldn't.
No, it was like, so the screens won't bug you.
That makes sense. Because my friend did message me while watching the movie that we talked about last episode, whatever it was called. Yeah. During the film was like, this was a terrible film, don't come watch it. And I was like, so funny that you'd message me in the middle of a movie. Yeah. Because I would never do that, but I think it's like...
Yeah, no, there's some people I go to the movies and they're on their phone the whole time.
Which doesn't make sense to me. Why go to the movies then?
To watch the movie, I guess.
But you're not. You're just staring at your phone. Dude, people need to get their phone addictions in check. It really isn't cute to me. Like, I think it's like, I don't know, corny boots. I think it's very Corny Collins. Very Cornhusk. Like, it's terrible. I don't know. And I'm glad that, like, we're not in a generation that had it so easy, like, with our, like, cell phones and stuff like that. But I know that there's plenty of our peers that do still have addictions to their phones because, like, I mean, that's the world that we're living in. And I'm not faulting anybody for falling into society's trap. Yeah. But be aware. Like, start.
Oh, no, I had the worst phone addiction when I was in high school.
I like my phone. Sliding my phone when I had a slide phone, but I never would say I was addicted to my phone.
I was just always on my phone talking to everyone.
After 9, maybe, but not after the whole time. Not the whole time. And I would say like mostly.
Wait, well, how old were you when you got your first phone?
I don't know. My grandpa got it for me and then my parents were like,
were they mad at him?
Yeah, well, they were like, because they didn't want to give me a phone, so they were like, well, now you have to do all these things if you want access to your phone. And I was like, fine. But I don't know. I can't remember how old I was. But I was definitely, I think, in middle school.
Okay.
Like, by middle school, I had one. It was a slide phone. And it wasn't a Kick. I don't think it was a Kick. But it was like some type of Razor phone on it. Yeah. But it was cute. It was red. And I know there was a blue version of it. And I sometimes think, like, what if that was, like, us in another world?
Oh,
like,
my gosh.
colored cell phones.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But that was my favorite because I loved the keyboard and stuff. Mm-hmm. And, like, I mean, I was prolific enough to, like, not look at it while I was typing or whatever. Like, I guess I used it enough to do that. But I don't know if I ever was obsessed with my phone. Up until, like, maybe a couple years ago, maybe I was, like, really, really on my phone. Mm-hmm. But being hyper aware of, like, the issues that causes for people's brains, it like is so easy to just not want to be on my phone.
Yeah, but I mean, because you're educated about that now.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I think like with that knowledge, it's just easier to not do it. But like a lot of people don't have that knowledge to be like, oh, this is doing this and this to my brain, so I need to cut back or whatever. Be more conscious of it. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I hope and wish for people to become more conscious.
Beautiful. I did also see something about talking about how people don't know how to spell stuff because they just use autocorrect all the time.
Yeah, I seen a meme. It was a joke that was saying like autocorrect is gonna be the or is like I don't know, some word, but it auto corrected the word to something else.
Oh my God,
And I
that's
thought that was
so
funny.
funny. What the duck?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, well, it's the same thing with that AI that we were talking about. Like, when people use that to just ask random normal questions or whatever, and it like, because now you're not using your brain at all, and that's fucking up your critical thinking and your creative thinking, and then that in turn fucks up like more about how you communicate, how you express, think better, service better. Everything is like connected, and just fucking why?
Yeah.
Why do you think it is?
Like, why?
They do that. Like, use autocorrect every single time. Because I would say that I use it a lot. Like, if it's on and it auto does it, like, for me. Like,
yeah.
But if it's like red underlined, I'll go back and try and spell it.
Okay, well, okay, so do you have, okay, I guess a lot of people have it default to just autocorrect on its own,
Like, on my phone, it's typically like that.
Like, so, like, okay, you'll type, and then it'll just fix it. Like, it won't even squiggle, so you won't even know it's wrong.
Right, like on your phone.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, I guess on my phone I do it, but then at that point, you're not using...
So the thing is, you turn it on because when you're texting and not looking at your phone, it'll catch most of the words. So you just have to have a general direction of the keyboard. Right? So when people are texting like this secretly,
right,
when they're doing
bad things,
yeah, you know,
things they're not supposed to be texting when. Yeah.
Which, guys, I'm just saying, like, texting and driving, or like texting when you're talking to someone, you got the phone down here. You're
like people at school and they're texting.
Yeah, they're like trying to text their friends or whatever.
When they're not supposed to have their phone.
Yeah, and then you like just do a quick glance, make sure autocorrect did its thing.
Yeah, that you're not saying something like "suck my cock" or "balls" or whatever on accident.
You're like, oh my God, I had such a great dinner with you. Thank you for all the duck, and then it autocorrects to dick.
Yeah, right, or something. Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you last week, so I'm going to tell you this week that I went to work, and so I'm cutting back on my smoking. Okay. And
which is something you said you wanted to do when you started school.
So I am cutting down, and I went into work, and I was like, I'm quitting today, guys.
Oh, work?
And they were like, work? And I was like, oh no, smoking.
That's so funny.
And they were like, oh my God, you can't scare us like that. I was like, it's because I wasn't even thinking like that. Like, for some reason, I thought they would just have the context.
Yeah.
Dumb of me. Very silly of me to assume.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was hilarious. So funny. Also, I did not quit. I ended up being like, okay, it's just time to cut first. Let's cut down first.
Because like, you guys, like, it's really hard to just like quit something, because then like you'll do so good and then you just fall off the wagon and you're like, I can't believe I tried to quit in the first place. Bam.
Yeah.
Reducing's like the most successful thing you could do. Yeah, I know a lot of people that are reducing their smoking, and it's like, I think a lot of my super like stoner friends, but it's like, yeah, you've been getting high for like 10, 20 years, 30 years. I'm like, yeah,
I don't know. We were like, I was talking to somebody else who also smokes a lot, and I was like they're also going to school they're getting their CDL, and then they want to go to do radiology.
So they have to be clean.
They have to be clean to get their license.
CDL, yeah.
But also they want to do radiology, and that's like obviously something you have to pay attention to if you're going to school.
Yeah.
So we were talking, and I was like, dude, I don't know. I just feel like I should probably slow down or quit or something. And they were like, yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like in order to get to the next level of my life, I need to stop. And I was like, oh yeah, definitely if you're doing your CDL. But like in general, I get what you mean. Like I get that idea. And it's like really funny because people will be like, you know, when you get to a certain age, whatever, you change. And I'm not saying that you can't have a career and smoke weed, but it is hard. And it is like something that you'd have to actively be trying to do. But if you can just like quit smoking, then why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? So that's why it's like also like health reasons or whatever. But mostly it's because I know the way that it affects me and my motivation. Yeah. And like that's the issue.
Yeah, which is the difference in how people use stuff. Like, people are like, oh, I'm so jealous. Like, you know, if I eat an edible, I eat like a half an edible, right? Like 2.5 milligrams of an edible. And like I have to make sure I'm like locked in at home for the night, because like that's it. Like 3, 4, or 5 hours, I'm just so
Yeah,
high off of
you're
like a
in a
little high.
couch. You
I'm
know,
not on
you're
the couch.
chilling.
I'm just like too high to like, well, I guess people like drive high and stuff, which you're not supposed
Whoa,
to do.
whoa.
Just saying.
Yeah, don't do that.
Not you. But
Don't do
people do
that.
it.
Yeah.
People do it.
Well, it's like people think that they can because they're not drunk, because they think they're like, oh, well, I'm not like, blah, but your
Yeah.
reactions are slower. That's
Yeah.
the part that's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like people are like, "Oh, I wish that was me." Like that I would just eat like a half a edible and be high for like hours, and I'm like, "Well, I've only gotten high like a very like limited amount of times in my life." You know what I mean? Like I just never got into smoking weed or like being a stoner like that. And I
Yeah.
was like, so like, yeah, when I do partake in a little bit, like it does a lot more because I don't have like such a tolerance to it and never like got into it. So then that like, I tell people like, oh, like take a break.
Yeah, tolerance break.
And like, some people like can't even do that for like a day or two.
Right, that's called addiction.
Right.
That's what I like.
Right.
That's what I try to tell people too, because like people will always be like, "Well, at least not that bad. At least like And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, it can be addictive still." People will swear it's not, and it's like it absolutely is. It absolutely is. If you can't stop smoking something because you've been relying on it for whatever amount of time, even if it's a day or two, and now you just can't stop, you're addicted. Well, that's
Yeah.
what
Well,
addiction
and
is.
then okay, and then it's like also the intention of smoking because I know people that have smoked since they're like 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they like they smoke every day because they want to,
Right.
but for like a good reason, I guess, like some people will be like,
Like not,
oh,
it's not
like
self-medicating. It's
it's
just to
not like,
relax or
yeah,
whatever.
they're not like doing it because they had a stressful day or like
Which you can
they
still
just can't,
develop.
they just can't function because then like those people, they'll be like, oh yeah, like they'll just like stop smoking for like a while and
Yeah.
then start smoking again, like
Yeah.
no issue.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that thing where that like experiment they did with the rats
Where they
where
gave
they
him.
give one cocaine and then another one cocaine with friends.
Yeah.
And it's like the one that just has the cocaine and is by himself is going to go back to the cocaine, cocaine, cocaine. And then the other one
Is
like
doing it as a social
does
thing.
like once or twice, but is having way more fun with the other rats.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it's all like the intention of why you're doing stuff.
Definitely. Definitely. That's motivation is the drive for a lot of things. So definitely take into like that's like a theme forever is going to be to be self-aware. You guys got to be self-aware if you're going to be doing anything. It's what like stops you from going headfirst into like other things. It's what makes like cannabis use not actually a fucking stairway to other drugs, but it can be
Yeah.
if you're not being aware and intentional, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. I still prefer it over drinking.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
For sure. Always, always. Did you see that they what's it called? Oh my god, I can't think of the word right now, but that they made being like a nurse,
Cosmetologist.
no,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
a
how they made
physical
it a
person.
collar job.
No, wait, I don't know, but that
Ugh.
they took away the like if you want to be whatever, you have to go get a master's now. They're not like letting the base level let you. Hold on.
Like an associate's, like
Hold on. Okay, that the Department of Education sees nursing no longer as a professional degree.
a couple different things as
Yes.
not professional degrees.
Yes.
Which the person in the video who's also a doctor, I believe I've seen them before, they comment and say that this is obviously going to hurt the amount of workers we have in the medical field.
Yes, which is already not a lot.
Exactly. Which we've literally talked about on this podcast. Like, because the need is so high
because they don't pay enough, then they're working
overworked.
Yeah.
Don't pay enough. They like, and it, and I understand, like, okay, so when we talk about nurses, when we talk about overworked nurses, it definitely comes from the amount of patients that they have to see and take care of and for how long that they have to do it for. But the reason why we also have nurses do it for that long of a time and with that many patients is because it limits miscommunication.
Yeah.
If they had pass-offs every hour, every few hours, then there would be so much fucking wrong inside hospitals.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that. So it's unrealistic. So if we're going to force people to be doing these types of jobs for this long and for this strenuous amount of time, like, we need to be increasing the pay and the opportunities that they will get in the future.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, I mean, some people probably do want to just stay nurses, but a lot of people do also want to expand their knowledge when they're in the medical field and want to do more.
Yeah.
So this is so fucked, and it really is tragic, and it just makes me happy I'm not in the medical field anymore.
Yeah.
So y'all stay safe out there. If we all start fucking having no hospitals and shit because there's just no nurses and whatever to help these doctors.
Yeah.
Don't go no more.
Well, then I had like even seen a video, like, not this one, but related to the same thing. And it's like, it was talking about like, you know, if all the doctors quit, they can still keep running for a while. You know what I mean? Like the nurses can keep stuff going. And they're like, but if the nurses quit, the doctors won't know what to do.
No, because that's not what they do. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't know anything. They don't put anything in no computer. They don't know how to access them. I mean, they might know like what doses to give you.
Yeah.
But I don't know if like with all the knowledge in their brains, if they'd be able to give it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tragic. Crazy. Yeah, we need to respect these people for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, I know, like, what was it? I think we talked about it before. Maybe we have. I'm pretty sure we have. But, like, about how, like, I think it was, like, Georgia or something that they, like, took away, like, passed a law where, like, you no longer needed, like, a license to go, like, do cosmetology or, like, barbering and stuff like that. Like, that anyone could just do it.
Like, you could learn on the job?
Yeah. And I'm like, no, like you could just do it with no
like outside of your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't quote me on Georgia. I can't remember that. Sure. It was so long ago.
One of the states.
Yeah, but that side, and it was like a whole debacle that like brought an uproar in like the hairdresser community, and I was like,
they did get licensed
because they don't know. Well, it's like they don't know the proper, like, we do like so much fucking homework on anatomy, biology, and then you have to know proper disinfecting, like,
right. And like, I remember when you were going to school and you were telling me like, oh yeah, like they taught us how to look for, like, with returning clients, like moles and stuff, and to make sure you're like, double checking.
Yeah, I know like so many skin diseases and whatever. Like, it's so crazy. Those people aren't going to know anything, and like
they might not even use barbicide. They might
that's what I'm saying. They don't disinfect their tools and stuff, and then like, yeah.
But then because they're not licensed, people can't see them either.
Well, that's why now people can just see them. That's wherever they pass that, like. You could just go wherever.
Right, but then you couldn't sue if something went wrong. Like, if you got a skin disease from them not cleaning their shit, they don't have a license to sue them for, so whatever. Like, that's crazy. I wouldn't be so scared to go to somebody then.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
You're like, show me your license. But then I was thinking, like, that can almost, like, create, like, another, like, pay thing. Like, I'm a licensed professional. Like, I charge a little bit more.
It's a little bit more, right?
But I have a license. Like, I mean, that's something they can do over there. That's not something we have in Nevada.
Sure.
I mean, at least right now.
Sure, but then if you don't need a license, will licensure, like, organizations like your school or other schools be able to prosper out there or even want to be out there?
I don't even know.
And how would you... Yeah, I'm not
sure. That's like, I guess we'll have to see how that ends up going over there and like how that, Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Interesting stuff.
It is interesting. Thank you, Jess, for sharing that with us. What else has been going on lately? I feel like so much and nothing at the same time.
Yeah, like, just like more accidents.
Always an accident.
Did you see, it just came up in my feed. That like a pedestrian was killed again in town, or like off of
on a bike.
No,
probably another one
on the crosswalk. That's what I'm saying. I was like, dude,
they
like,
complain when people are not in the crosswalk and they die. They're like, oh, it's their fault, but they'd be in the crosswalk and still dying.
Yeah.
Like, damn, bro.
Oh, I literally saw a TikTok clip of someone's like Ring camera, and like this lady asked this kid to move their car, and like you see in the camera, like they accidentally reverse, and like you just see the car like flip like really fast, like, and then the kid gets thrown out of the car. And I mean, he's okay, but like the
Okay.
lady's getting charged for like child neglect and whatever. It's not even her
Because he
kid.
wasn't in a boat. He wasn't buckled.
Well, he was driving.
What the?
She asked the kid to back the car up.
Oh, she asked her own kid?
No, not
Some
even.
random kid?
Yes.
It was like an actual kid, not just like a young man.
It was like a 7-year-old or like a
7-year-old. I was not imagining a 7-year-old. I was like maybe 15, maybe like
maybe
18-year-old.
You know what? Maybe 7's too young. But I think it was like I think it was like, okay, I want to say maybe 12, the oldest, but
that's
definitely
insane still. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, when I took my 11-year-old to Billie Eilish, I was, oh my gosh, I was like, you could not be walking out.
Yeah.
I didn't even talk about it. Okay, so like we stopped to get a food right before the show, and like I was like, okay, are you gonna get something? And like she was like, no. I said, okay, stay in the car. We'll be right back. I'm gonna lock it. And then literally, like, as I'm going to the restroom, her and my other sister in there, and I was like, what? When did you get done? And then she's like, she was in here right after. And I was like, okay, stay in here, don't leave. And then we both finished, and then she's not in there. I was like, dude, you can't just be freaking leaving. She's like in the restaurant. Okay. But like, I was like, you can't do that. And then there was this guy. I don't know what the heck was going on with him. He was like, is anyone else in there? And I was like, no, because I thought he was looking for someone in there. And then he's like, hold the door. And then he said, oh my gosh. I said, hold the door. And he was like in a kind of like a wheelchair type deal, but it was like a laying down type deal.
Laying down?
Yeah, it was like kind of like a bed, but like
I ain't never seen that.
bed.
Okay.
Kinda.
Was he like using his mind to move it, or like he had like a, or was he using like a little?
I don't even know. I don't even know. And then he's like, oh God, and he turns around, and then this guy's like coming out of the men's, and he's trying to get in there. And he's like, oh my bad. And then he starts cussing out the guy. He's like, you fucking blah 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 blah. Da, da, da. And I like looked at my sister, like, stay over here. And then I was like, see what I told you? If I tell you to stay somewhere, you better stay there, because like there's crazy people all over here. Yeah, that's. And then like
you were in San Fran, you said?
Yeah, at the end of the show, like she was trying to like run off. I was like, stop! People are stealing little girls, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, gonna give you that man, and I just there. No. And then there's like a group of girls, and they turn, and I was like, oh, and they're like, no, they are, and I was like, yeah, they are. So then we were all just like talking about that, but I was like, this is crazy. But right now, when you said that man over there, I did see this video of this guy who's like, there's this kid, and he was being so bad. And he's recording him.
Is the one where he's in the corner?
Yeah, and then he's falling. He was like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And he keeps falling. He's crying. He's like, you better run.
So funny, bro. It's like not funny, but it's hilarious, actually.
It is.
Like, I love that. Because like, yeah, like the mom's like, come on, or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, oh, is he being bad? Is he being bad?
Yeah, that's so funny.
Chasing him. So funny. Gosh. I mean, yeah, like throwback to when you're parents, or like back in the days where people would threaten.
Guys wouldn't chase you, but
but they would threaten you like, oh, that man's gonna get you if you don't listen or whatever. And then whoever that man was, if he heard, would be like, yeah, I'm gonna get you, that kind of thing. It's like, now you can't joke like that, because they might get you.
For real.
They might.
They just take you. You're like, yeah, well, she told me to take him.
She said she didn't want him anymore.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
How has a peak been going for you at work? Have you guys been busy? Because it's like,
no.
Okay, yeah.
Like the last time I worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was normal. It was like a normal amount.
Yeah.
But like every day before that was so low.
Okay.
So now I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna increase or not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, because it's been like pretty like not low, a little bit, I don't know, regular, but I don't know, I guess we'll see how this.
That's how, like regular. Yeah.
See how, but it's like then we had like so many issues with like.
Am I allowed to talk about the girl with the vibrator in her?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So there's this girl with a vibrator that she put inside of her for over 24 hours because according to her.
Okay, this girl, tell us about this girl.
She's a woman.
Okay, you know her at all?
Nope.
You guys cool? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Don't know her. Don't know anything about her. Don't know her
Okay, just heard
name.
this story.
Just heard this story about
Okay.
this woman who was apparently moaning and groaning in a bathroom.
Okay.
And like I was like, "Oh, did they have to poop really bad or something? Like
Oh,
maybe their
like
stomach hurt."
really like,
Like,
oh my God, bruh. Yeah, you're
and I was
just
like,
blowing
"Damn,
it
like
up in
some
there.
people be hurting, you
No, dude,
know?"
sometimes like that scene from White Chicks, like people are like, oh yeah, I relate. I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm like,
Well,
but yeah, like sometimes people really get that sick
have
from
you ever seen Harold and Kumar? Is it Go to White Castle? I think it's the first one.
possibly.
There's
I
this
don't
scene
remember.
where they go to college. They go to a college to get something, and there's these two hot college girls, and they're trying to hook up with one of them. But they're like, "Yeah, we'll see you later at the party," and they leave. Then
Okay.
later, they're crawling through a vent, and they're above the women's bathroom, and those two hot girls are in there, and they're
Oh
twins, and
my
they're
gosh.
sitting on separate toilets. And she's like, "You want to play battle shits?"
Oh
They
my
start
gosh.
pooping so loud and farting, and
That's
like
so
they're like, "You
funny.
sunk my battleship." It's like so funny. He's like above them, smelling it, and like he's like,
Oh my
like
gosh.
whatever. But
Okay.
anyway, so I was thinking like maybe her stomach really hurt. Maybe she's playing battle
Yeah.
shits with herself. Whatever it is, like she's going through it. And they're like, yeah, maybe. And then they came back to me like not too long, like a days later, whatever. And they're like, hey, like more people at my job or wherever is like hearing this moaning in the bathroom. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, what could it like? Maybe they're like lactose and they haven't figured it out yet. And they were
Yeah.
like, no, this time there was vibration. And I was like, oh, so it's like moaning. It's not like groaning, like,
Yeah.
it's like pleasure. And then they were like, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, they told me that later they found out that the person was bleeding out of their hoo ha,
Oh
their
wow. And
vagina,
not on their period.
not on the period. And they know because, like, they know that it was an injury because that she left a vibrator inside of her vagina for over 24 hours because she asked her doctor, is it okay to leave a vibrator inside of
And the
me for
doctor
over
said
24
yeah.
hours? And apparently the doctor said yes. I don't know any doctor that would say something like
Well,
that.
maybe they just thought like
Maybe they thought she meant like not literally like all like, you know what I'm saying?
like just like something with a handle out that you could just pull.
Yeah, or like one that has a stopper. You know, like
Yeah.
how you would with a butt plug, like something that's not going to go all the way inside of you.
What is it? Feathered? No.
Flared.
Flared.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
But I don't know if it was like a bullet or I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
but whatever it was, I guess it got like way in
Lost?
her
Yeah.
and probably like cut her or something if she's bleeding.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And yeah, but they said they report that this person's still alive and doing well. So
Okay.
I just thought, what a crazy thing. If you have the idea to leave something inside of you, just don't. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
It never does. I've never heard of a story where they're like, yeah, I left this inside of me for over 12 hours and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Ever. But then that person said that somebody came up with an idea or like a possibility. Like, what if it was one of those like distance vibrators and maybe their partner was like playing with them?
I guess, but like, I don't know. I feel like when I've seen most of those, they look kind of like this, which is I'm showing Dust kind of like a C shape, and like it'll grab onto your gooch.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in your butt, kind of, and like, well, they have some that go in your butt. Well, yeah, some actually have like an anal part also, and so it's like kind of a thing, so you can't really lose it.
Yeah,
yeah, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I wanted to show you this video that I thought I literally cracked him so hard, and it might not even be that funny, but
okay, let me see.
Okay, here, hit play.
That is so stupid.
It was the
way that, yeah, literally, like, so good. The way I put the mic up to hear them so that they could hear someone shitting in the bathroom. It's literally a man like filming himself in the mirror and he like ducks.
Should I post it?
Yeah, just post it. Just post it. It's funny. It's funny. I won't even explain it.
You guys see it and see if you guys laugh as hard as I did. I literally rewatched it so many times and was dying. And
That's funny.
It just reminded me of like when I was younger and me and my brother were watching Scooby-Doo Return to Spooky Island. Mm-hmm. And it's like that kitchen scene, and like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy are like making sandwiches, and they're like having like a fart battle
where they like lift their legs a little high. Yeah. Classic scene.
And that's just like hilarious. You know, your little farts are funny. Yeah.
And I shared a meme recently that was like, here, let me find it so I don't misquote it, because it was cracking me up. And my partner was like, is this about me?
That's so funny.
Because he thinks farts are funny.
Yeah.
I was like dying at it. I was like, real.
Oh, wow. I just realized my ring matches my nails.
Oh my God, that's so cute. I've heard. Would you know what ring size you are, like off your head?
No. Do
you?
I
don't either. No, I don't. But did you know that in Rena, did you see that post that the hot air balloons that are coming, they're going to have official branded Wicked one?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're going to have a Wicked people. Anyway, it seems... Okay, off topic a little bit because I haven't found it yet. 2 miles down off Argentina, there's a Barbie pink lobster, like a whole bunch of them that they found like hiding in like a little canyon in the water. They're pink.
Cute.
They're so cute. They're so cute.
You know what I hate? How like you have to subscribe to electronic like news journals to read articles.
Yeah.
So it sucks because I feel like there's always articles I want to read, but you know what? I'm not paying, so I just don't read them. Quite unfortunate, really. But I don't know. Are you excited? It's getting so closer to Christmas.
I saw a quote from like that Queso guy I used to watch on stream a lot.
Oh, you used to? Your partner got mad and he was like, stop watching that guy.
No, I still watch him sometimes, but I've gotten kind of bored with watching things lately.
Well, you're just so focused on school. You gotta like make sure you're watching good stuff if you're watching anything.
Yeah, like my feed on Facebook Reels has just been anatomy and like microbiology and stuff, and I'm like, low-key, I guess this is what I needed anyway. Damn, I can't find it, but it was basically like, what? Oh, and farting was never funny to me. Like, it's funny the room smells like shit now.
That's hilarious.
I thought that was so funny.
That's actually so funny. Okay, I didn't mention it.
Mention it.
Last time, but there's this person at work.
Okay.
And you guys remember I was saying that like just like these weirdos be trying to get at me and stuff, and like I just like
we talked about breakfast, right? The breakfast person,
short guy. Yeah. Because I said don't look up at me.
Right. Yeah, we're making fun of short people.
I was hanging out with my ex, and like I had said like that, and he was like, "That's so mean. Why would you say that?" And I was like, "Well, I don't think it's mean. It's just a preference." Like. I was like, I'm pretty sure guys have said worse things, and like I bet you didn't tell them that was so mean for saying whatever they said.
Yeah.
I was like, I just don't like short guys, and that's okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's
more
okay.
More for Zendaya.
Is he small?
That the breakfast guy. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Like shorter than you vibes. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Zendaya and Tom Holland.
Oh, he's short.
I was like, is he tall or is he short? I didn't know he was short.
He's let me look it up really
quick. I know
quick.
she's tall.
He's actually just like she's just like
what if it's just like compared to her?
She's like 8 feet.
They're gonna get married soon.
They aren't they?
Oh, are they already? I don't know. I thought they were planning it still because I saw her dress, but I didn't see like
Tom Holland height. Let's see. He is 5'7". Wow, he's an inch taller than me.
5'7".
Let's see how tall Zendaya is. Zendaya height. She's 5'10".
Oh. That's not that much taller.
Dude, I
But
swear.
she looks giant.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes, like, when you tell me, what are you? How tall are you again?
5'1".
You're 5'1", and then I'm like, I'm 5'6". Or, like, sometimes even when someone's, like, 2 inches taller than me, they're like, I'm 5'8". I'm like, there's no way. They're like, there's no way you're 5'6". And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, inches aren't, like, that much. But they do look a lot taller. Let me see. I'm pretty sure they got married already. And Tom Holland. Marriage? Married yet? Yeah. Oh, no, I guess you're right. Wait, so she just posted her dress?
I guess so.
Oh, okay.
It was a cute dress.
I was just thinking like, oh, that's it. Like it happened.
Did you ever watch Say Yes to the Dress? Or what is it called?
No, I think I've seen like an episode here or there, but I did not ever religiously watch it.
There was this one show called like, I don't know what it was called, but it was like they have 3 brides and they all compete.
Bride Wars?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I was just making that up.
Maybe, honestly, the way they name things. But yeah. They all go to each other's weddings, and they all have them on different days, obviously. I
think we've talked about this before.
Really? And they, like, try their food, and they, like, rate their
rate who's is the best, and they'll pay for it, right?
And then whoever wins.
Yeah, I think you told me. Okay, me and you have talked about it for sure.
I thought that was an awesome show. Yeah, no,
because I've never seen it.
Because you get to see everybody's, like, different ideas of what a perfect wedding
But you told me about it. I don't know if it was on the pod or not.
I just, like, love wedding planning, too. Like, or, like, the idea of it.
Yeah. Yeah. But maybe that's what this guy was thinking about when he introduced himself to me. He'll remain nameless. I don't think he'd listen to the podcast, but he is a little out there, so he might. He's been working with us for a while, but of course I was out on my injury, and when I came back, I did see him around for a while, and then he introduced himself to me like on a Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next week, you know me, dude. I'm funny, goofy. He was talking about like
funny, goofy.
He's talking about like maybe getting another job, getting like working 2 jobs, and I was like joking. Oh yeah, what are you gonna do with all your millions from the 2 jobs?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, probably just save it. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, well, let me know if you were trying to pay any of my bills. And like, he was like, oh yeah. And I was like,
okay.
And he was like, no, I'm serious. And I was like, me too.
Mm-hmm. You're like, I've never joked when I said
that. I was like, if anyone thinks I'm kidding, I'm not.
That's so funny.
And it's like, bro, I literally tell everyone to pay my bills. I'm like, if you guys want to help me pay something, because it's like that thing where like people are like, oh, like that's inappropriate, like that's whatever.
What, first asking?
Like asking or whatever. But I'm like, it's like if your friend will like pay for your dinner, like take you out to eat, like if I could use the money to like pay something I need to pay instead of get food, like, why not? And I have a few friends that do help me pay bills sometimes, and I love you guys.
Right.
Like, and it's just like extra money they have, because it's like, I don't know, like that's why if people need money, like you can definitely ask me, and if I have like 5, 10, 20 bucks to let you have, like you can have it. Like, it's just like in times now, which is totally off topic of the creepy guy that I'm getting to.
Sure.
But like, if you can help someone, why not?
Yeah, well, that's
and even better if you've helped like people who need it, your friends and family.
Yeah.
And like, I think just like growing up, like I've always had a really great support system with my mom and my dad. Anytime I have any issues, like everyone bands together and like we all take care of each other, and like, it's just like a good thing to have. So it's like, I just feel like, why shouldn't you be able to have the same relationships with friends? Like even you and me, like we've helped each other out many times.
You've definitely.
And it's like, that's just like
clutch.
Yeah, just, friends and family. We got to take care of each other, because who else is?
That's right. Community. Right? That's literally what community is all about.
But me jokingly, like, sugar daddy pay my bills vibes, but like low key, like,
but also you're like, willing.
But like, and it's like, it's funny because like, when I ask people to pay my bills, I'm not saying I want to do anything with you. I'm just asking you, will you pay my bills?
Right.
And the few people that have helped me pay my bills literally just give me money, and that's it.
Right. They're not expecting.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, thanks for helping me pay this one bill. Or like the last time when I got sick, like not when I got injured, but when I got sick, probably like last year, the year before, and I like had to miss a bunch of work, and I like didn't get paid because I didn't have sick time.
Mm-hmm.
One of my friends, I was like, hey, like I'm I'm really struggling, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, they just gave me money to help a little bit. Like, and I'm like, okay, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
What are friends for?
What are friends for? Exactly. And if your friends aren't helping you, get better friends.
Yeah.
But
Or also maybe they can't.
no. I know.
Like if they're not willing, you
No.
mean?
Like not willing to help you in any way. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yes. Not
because
helpful
like
people.
not even my in the sense saying that your friends need to help you with money, but like, if your friend needs help cleaning, if your friend needs a
Right.
ride, if your friend needs like help cat sitting, dog sitting, babysitting, like
Babysitting, yeah.
if you can, why wouldn't you?
Right, exactly.
You
Yeah.
know? So yeah, just me and Des always say reevaluate your friendship all the time.
Right.
But yeah, so I tell this guy, he's like, "Oh, like I'm serious." I was like, "Oh yeah, me too." And then he's like, "Don't be scared when I come trying to pay my bill or yeah, to pay
Your
your bills."
bills?
Yeah, like pay my bills. And I was like, "Oh, I won't be." And
Yeah.
that was kind of it, right? And
Mhm.
then like the next day we're talking and like I don't know, we were just having like a basic conversation and they were just kind of venting to me about some life stuff. And then like I asked like a follow-up question and like they were like, well, do you really want to know? And I said, well, why would I ask something if I didn't care to know? Like I
Uh-huh.
would have not wasted my breath.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's interesting. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, it's like people don't ever care to ask or like people don't like ever even want to listen to me. And I'm like, okay, well, like,
Interesting, yeah.
I was like, well, like that sucks. And I was like, I don't know, I'm just empathetic and like I understand people need to vent and people need to talk to people and like and then that was like, oh, you're empathetic. Like it's hard to find anyone empathetic. And I'm like, that's crazy because I have like a ton of empathetic friends. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And like then he was like
Pause. I know
paused.
that he's weird. But
Yes.
we're gonna get to it.
Yes.
But do you think like maybe that was like a comment from a man surrounded by men? Like, do you think like he was like, wow, no one's like empathetic because he only really
Hangs up.
talks to men
Yeah,
who
I don't know,
aren't?
maybe.
I don't know. But anyway,
Maybe. That's yeah. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, and then like he was like, wow, like, like really like on this, like, that's such a cool thing, and like blah blah blah. I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Which is like, I that's just like how I am. So I'm like, okay, yeah, like sure.
Yeah.
And then like later that night, work was pretty slow, like we mentioned. It's been a little bit slow. And he was like, oh, like it sucks when it's this slow. I'm like, oh yeah, do you wish you were like a lot busier right now? And he was like, actually, no, because I have a long sleeve and like I got really hot and sweaty and I like can't take off my long sleeve. And I was like, oh, well, you can just like roll your sleeves up. And
Mm-hmm.
then he was like, no, my like sweater cuffs are gonna get like messed up if I roll them up. And I was like, oh. And I kind of made a face because like I was like, that's not something I would think of, but I guess like, yeah, in the grand scheme, if it is like a tight, like cuff. And I do like I think when he said that, I did remember like when I was younger, like sometimes like they'd be like, "Oh, like don't pull your sleeves up all the way, you're going to mess up your shirt." Like make the opening of the sleeve like wide, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess so." But like I have like I feel like nowadays stuff is made with like so much more stretchier material because they know people roll up their sleeves a lot more.
Yeah, I
Um
mean, I've never really even taken that into consideration at all.
Yeah, but I guess if it's a tight fit down here, when you do pull it up, it's going to stretch as you go down your forearm.
Right? I mean, it's bigger,
Like,
but
yeah. I mean, especially like, look at these guns over here. Just
oh, I
kidding.
didn't even get my tickets. Free
Oh
show.
my gosh,
Free
stop.
show.
But I was just like, oh, and then like, I was like, and he's like, oh my God, no, is that a deal breaker? And I was like, and he's like, look. And he pulled his like sleeves up. He's like, see, I'll do it. I'll pull my sleeves up. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like there may be like other things that are like more of a deal breaker than like whether
Yeah, I
someone
wouldn't
like
consider that
like
even in that
yeah, yeah.
aspect.
Yeah, I was like,
But
huh,
also
okay.
that's suggestive that he's considering
Like
that you have that type of interaction, that you would be looking for
yes.
those
So
types of
I was
things.
like, okay, and that was kind of it, right? Then it's our next day and it's Wednesday now. And like he was like came up, said hi, and like he does something in his role where like he's not really like stuck to a station. So like they can kind of from free roam a little bit and like he was passing by trying to get my attention a lot of the day, and like I like didn't realize that was what was happening till like later, because one of my coworkers was like, I think he's trying to like call you, and I was like, oh, what the heck? And like, yeah, he would just like wave and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then like comes up to me later in the day and is like, hey, I got a question for you. Do you like this type of food? And I was like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, specifically made this way though. And they're
Okay.
like, oh yeah, same. And they're like, do you have any like diet or food restrictions? And I was like, no, but
Like
I,
allergies?
yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, no, but I don't like spicy stuff.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know, I do not do spicy
Not
stuff.
even a little bit. Not even a
And
tiny bit.
he said, like, spicy, like hella spicy or hella spicy.
And you're like, any.
And I said, none. And
Pepper. Just
you know what?
kidding.
I literally said, the spiciest I do is buffalo. And then he says, yeah, buffalo is really spicy. And I was like, literally, no one
No
that
one's
I've
ever said
ever
that.
talked to that I say buffalo's my thing has been like, oh yeah, girl, that's a real one.
So hot.
And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this guy for sure is being like,
Yeah. He's just trying to be agreeable.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay. And then I was like, and they were like, okay, I might prepare some. So yeah, I was like, okay, cool. Literally next day, comes in, says hi, then like is being so weird compared to the day before where they were like running around and like trying to get my attention a lot of the day. Like today was like the like complete 180, just like not even looking my way, just walking. And then like after first break, I was like, hey, are you like super busy today? And then he was like, oh my gosh, I thought you were mad. And I was like, why would I be mad? And he said like, oh, I said something and you just walked away when I said it. And I was like, oh, he's like, unless you didn't hear me. I was like, yeah, I definitely didn't hear you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I said that we're going to go to this place after work, right, Jessica? And that when he said that, I literally turned around and walked away. And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I definitely didn't hear you say any of that.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, oh, he's like, I just thought you were so mad and this, and that. And I was like, well, why didn't you come ask me?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, because I'd go and be like, are you mad? And you're going to be like, fuck you. And I was like, what? Oh, that's actually so crazy.
Yeah. Tell me you don't know Jess without telling me.
Literally, I was like,
Jess.
what the like crazy. And I said, first of all, you could just ask me. And if I'm not mad, I'm going to say no. Why would you think I'm mad? And if I am mad, I'm one to tell everyone.
Yeah.
And I'll tell everyone the story.
Yeah.
And I'll say, yeah, I'm fucking pissed because XYZ. Ooh, I just accidentally like tried to flick a bug off me and I killed it. R.I.P. little bug.
Squished.
Didn't mean to be so strong. But yeah, so then like I was like, okay. And it was funny because one of my coworkers was like, oh, maybe they're like avoiding you because they didn't actually make the food they said they were gonna bring, and like blah blah blah. And I was like, oh yeah. And I said I didn't even mention it because like maybe they didn't have time and I don't want to like bug them for it. So on lunch I had Sazon de la Paz brought to me. They work with DoorDash, guys. You should holla for sure. And I ordered a huarache of carne asada, which is hecka good. And they're really big. And like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like that thing where it's just so delicious that I just like have to eat it all, even if I'm full.
Yeah.
And it's like literally like this big.
Okay.
And it's just like, have you had one yet?
I think my partner got one last night.
Okay. And I ate it all, so I'm so full. And then me and my coworker bestie, we're gonna go get breakfast after work. Okay. So like our lunch is like 11, and then we get off. We're gonna have breakfast like at 4:30.
Yeah.
So it was like on our last break, and we're sitting in there, and he walks in, pulls up the chair really crazy in front of me, and then like drops down a bag, rips it open, and it's the container of the food.
The food he was gonna make.
Yes. Okay. And was like, hey, do you want to try some? And I said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm actually so full from lunch and I have plans to get food after work. So I don't want to spoil my appetite. Oh my gosh. You would have thought I don't even know. I don't even know it. Like, I was like, he just got really like demeanor changed, and he was like, oh, well, it's not like I prepared this, and it's not like blah blah
He was
blah.
saying it like that?
Yeah,
Or like was he angry? Like
not angry, but you could tell he was definitely
irritated.
bothered.
Okay.
And
Say it just like you said it,
it was
if
like,
I'm you.
okay, it's not like I prepared this.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay. And then I have all this food. What am I
Yeah,
gonna do with it?
right?
And I said, well, why don't you like see if I was like, well, he was like, I'm not gonna eat it now. I lost my appetite. And I said, well, why don't you see if like anyone wants to try it, and like ask like the break room, and everyone was like, no, I'm good, thanks. But it's also like the end of the day, and like people have already ate everything they're gonna eat or are gonna go home and eat. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then literally gets up, puts the food away, and then as they're heading out the door,
Mhm.
goes, ugh. And then was like, oh, I'm sorry. That was supposed to stay in my head. And I was like, what? And they're like, like UGH, but it wasn't
I
supposed to
love
come out.
I love that they spelled it out for you.
I know.
UGH, not UH.
Like just to let me know that like they were like ugging,
Frustrated. Yeah, frustration.
and then just like kind of like walked off kind of upset. And then like break was over. I saw them and I was like, hey, guy, are you actually mad at me?
Guy.
And he was like, oh no, I was just kidding. It's just that I like got up really early to prepare that, and it's like, and I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. Like I ate, I like, I was like, I wish you would have like, given it to me earlier or something. You know what I mean? Before I ordered food or like did whatever.
Yeah.
And then like he was like, oh, you know what? It's like it's fine because like I did wake up early, so like I kind of rushed through it, and like, it wasn't even that good. I'm glad you didn't taste it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. I'm glad you're not mad.
Yeah. And that's what I said. I said, okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that like you weren't actually upset, because like I don't mean for you to be
To
upset at
upset
me.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like I ate at the intention
Yeah,
to
like
not
to
eat your
not eat your
food.
food. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that was a really big plus for him. He's like, wow, this like you like not liking spicy food was kind of a deal breaker, but not really, because I was looking past it. And like then like you caring to see if I'm okay takes us off any like deal breaker. And I was like,
Dude, what?
okay. And then
Is that how he sees all his relationships, I
well, and
wonder?
that's what I'm
Like other
saying. So
friendships?
like, is he like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, is it like deal breaker? Because I mean, that's cool if you're like, oh, you don't make the cut. This is a deal breaker for my friendship, which I doubt
Sure.
that's what it
But
is.
I also doubt that too. I think
And
obviously this is more significant for this
yeah,
person.
and I was like, okay. So then I go to my work area, and then they get back to what they're doing, and then they start. Okay, I'll just say it. They drive a forklift,
Okay.
right? Part of their
I'm calling
role.
OSHA. Just kidding.
And they're honking and honking and honking
Oh my
and
God.
honking. And I was like, what the heck? And then my friend's like, I think he's trying to get your attention. And then I turn, and then he flashes up a heart at me. Two-handed heart.
Did you flash her back?
I did not flash it back. I made a face. I pointed at me, and then I looked behind me.
Okay.
And then when I looked back, they like did like a mouth open, like, oh, what the? And then like literally drive around, like not even the corner, just go around the corner, park the forklift, then walk over to my station from another angle and say, well, now I'm a little upset. And I was like, okay.
What?
And then it was like, just kidding, just kidding.
What does this person want?
I don't know.
I have been saying this like recently, which is I think is crazy, but I've been saying like I think things can be and should be, but mostly can be so straightforward.
Yeah.
Just say what you're trying to say. Say what you want. Say what you need. And
Yeah.
like everything will be so much more straightforward from there.
Yeah. And I don't know, like I was like feeling kind of weird after like those interactions. I think just the way he reacted to the food thing really like threw me off, because I was like, what a crazy reaction to like someone not wanting food. You know what I mean? Like it was just like the
Yes.
way he handled it
It
was
took
like
it very
really
personal.
unreasonable, and just like
Right.
really showed me his crazy side like really quick.
Yeah.
And so like he passed by and I was like, "Hey guy." And he's like looking at me, looks around, and I was like, "You're the only person named Guy
Yeah.
in the whole building."
Yeah.
And
Guy.
walks up, and then I was like, "Can you not be so crazy?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Yeah, can you not be so crazy?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll tone it down. I know what you mean." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "People might get like the wrong idea of what's going on." And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." Then like walks away, whatever. I go to the restroom and I'm coming back, and because they're gonna cross the, the crossway with their forklift,
Mm-hmm.
I was letting them go by because they were like way ahead of me. Parks, gets out of the thing and stands and is like, "Yeah, I get what you were saying. I wouldn't want anyone to think something else is happening. I get it."
What?
And that was it. Like that's the last interaction we had.
Okay.
So
So you'll update us next time, right?
yeah, if something happens or not
Or
happens.
not. I would love to
Yeah.
know if nothing happens.
Yeah.
But if
So I
something
don't
does
know.
happen, I
Like,
gotta know.
yeah. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
1 to 10, your feelings while interacting with them. Did they make you feel uncomfortable? Like 10 is like extremely uncomfortable. I honestly don't even like interacting with this person anymore. Or like 1 would be like not at all uncomfortable. Where would you lie?
I don't know, because I guess I never felt uncomfortable, but I think it was more like I just know that you're crazy and kind of weird
Yeah, you
now.
have weird
Yeah.
things that you do.
Which
Yeah.
like it's crazy because one of my coworkers that you do know was saying like they give serial killer vibes or whatever. And then they were in the break room when the food thing happened. And I was like, I asked everyone, I was like, was that kind of weird or was I tripping? Because sometimes you're like, maybe I just like. And then that friend was like, I told you, that's the type of person you find on Dateline. And I was like, low key after this experience, maybe.
That's
Like,
so
I was
funny.
like, dang.
I
But yeah,
mean,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because like I was talking about stalkers not too long ago, and I was talking about like how you don't know that someone is dangerous until they become
Yeah.
dangerous. And
Yeah.
like it sucks because like
Yeah.
you're no matter how good of like a read on people that you have, no matter how empathetic or aware or anything like that, like people that are mentally unwell in that way that would do something
Yeah.
really intense, like they know not to show you that
No,
right
yeah.
away. So it's
Yeah.
like by the time you realize like, oh
It's
fuck,
too
it's
late.
too late.
Yeah.
So like I
Yeah.
really just hope this obviously isn't like I really hope this isn't a situation like
Yeah.
that. And if it somehow like this guy became obsessive or something,
Yeah.
I hope that we can all band together and literally like
Yeah.
protect you because
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Which
insane.
I hope it's not. I hope like, and like maybe it was just like
Maybe he's
he's
just bad
a
at interacting with
like a
me.
short-tempered antisocial person,
Right.
just like,
Right.
which I know a bunch of men that are short-tempered and like don't know how to like take, maybe like he felt like me not
Rejection.
eating the food was rejection.
Right. Which is funny. I literally made a joke about how when I make food for people and they don't want it, I do get my feelings hurt. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's so funny. I wonder if like that's what he was feeling, but he was like, I'm gonna be UGH with it.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, just had to share that. And it was really interesting because my one coworker's like, "Oh yeah, like you just keep getting all these guys here." And I was like, "Well, I don't want any of them." And I was like, "You want to know the hack? All I did was ask him to pay my bills." I'm like, that got him going. So
I asked somebody that we mutually know who does have a lot of money and tends to go for women that are more materialistic.
yes.
And I asked, like, is one of the reasons why you go for materialistic people because you like being like supporting people? Like, do you like
Yeah.
being the one that's paying for
Like
things
being
and
a
being
caregiver.
and like they need you, you
Yeah.
know? And they're like, that's probably part of it, but it's just like a foot in the door. And I was like, interesting.
Okay.
So maybe if like maybe that is it. Maybe like you saying, "Oh, will you pay my bills?" They think, "Oh my god, if I pay a bill, maybe I have a foot in the door."
Yeah.
I don't know. An idea.
Yeah, but I mean, oh gosh, we actually like talked up a storm. We're already over an hour, which like honestly, I was gonna mention like a few episodes ago, like I just feel like we've been like so good. Like
at getting
we've
all of
just
it.
been able to like get through a podcast like easy peasy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it means our life's a little bit more together, or maybe we're a little bit more together. But like definitely me and Des have always been like super transparent about how like sometimes like recording the podcast is a lot harder than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's been really good. It's been really easy. It's been like it just feels normal. It feels what's the word? Fucking not platonic. Well, not platonic, like it's just that it's supposed to be happening. Like
Meant to be. I'm
no,
like, wait.
there's like an actual word for it.
Aligned?
Maybe aligned. Yeah, we're definitely like we've also been like in sync a lot too.
Yes. I love that. I love when we're in sync.
Let's see. What is it? Acronym? No, synonyms for meant to be. Let's see. Synonyms for meant.
Destined?
Destiny. Destined, fated, inevitable, preordained. I don't know, guys. I'll remember like what it is and
probably not talk about it next episode. Unless you write it down.
About it. I'll text us about it. But yeah.
Okay, well, with that being said, thank you for joining us in another episode of Speaking to the Abyss. Sorry we ran out of time and couldn't give you another word of the week or whatever. But have a great day, great evening, and good night.
Bye.